facts. It's Tone, Dre, special guest Gabby. Straight facts, baby.
You already know, straight facts. Like you said, we got Gabby today, our guest co-host. Me and Gabby go back like 10 years ago. We used to work together back in the day, doing banking and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And we got a good topic today. Real interesting topic. And I can't wait to get into this shit because I know y'all women gonna have some shit to say about this. I seen this shit on the internet one day, and I forget who posted it, but a woman said that men are no longer men, meaning that men are no longer traditional men. And I'm like, what the hell is she talking about? What the hell? What's that supposed to mean? So I'm going to pass it to the woman first. Do you agree, Gabby, that men are no longer men / traditional men?
I feel like that is true, but to an extent. Times have changed. So the first question is, what is a traditional man? Like, we would need to define that to really determine, like, does it still exist? But I can say that relationships between men and women are completely different than they were 20 years ago, 40 years ago, 60 years ago. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think that life is always moving forward in different ways. So it would be crazy to think that men would still act the same way that they did 20 and 40 and 60 years ago. And the same to be said for women. I feel like tradition is, especially with like the rise of social media, tradition's out the window. So
what's your definition of a traditional man?
I feel like my definition, I don't really know. I don't really have one because I don't really think about relationships in that way, but like for the society standard, right? A traditional man, he pays for everything. He handles all of the, changing the tires and building the deck.
Man should do that,
He, I don't know. Like, I really feel like when people talk about traditional men, it's about courting and, trying to,
I guess, seduce a woman, so to speak.
I mean, that is a word for it, but just like the whole chase. I feel like traditional men, it's like
not to cut you off,
journey.
But I'm glad you said that because a lot of women say nowadays that men want to be chased. They think they're the prize, and women are supposed to be the prize. I agree and I disagree because if there's this man, who he got money, got a good job, got a crib, got all this stuff, and she don't got nothing, then he is the prize, because she ain't. So is she the prize? I mean, it's not against, I love women. And I believe that women are the prize. But I'm just speaking for the guys who probably think they're the prize.
I think that it's all rooted in ego, though, and that's the problem. Like, you could be the prize on Monday, and you could be one decision away from being broke as hell on Friday, right?
To a man?
A man or a woman. So, if you meet a woman who doesn't necessarily have a lot going on at the moment, that doesn't mean that she's not worthy. That doesn't mean that she's not capable of a lot. Maybe she's just in a bad way at the moment. Like, what did 50 Cent say? If I didn't smell so good, would you still hug me? Like, if I got locked up for a quarter century, would you support me mentally? Like, yeah, it's just like, sometimes you're going to be down. That don't mean that you're not
I don't think finances make you a prize. I think it's your morals, your standards, the things that money can't buy will make you a prize.
So do you believe a man can be the prize?
Oh, I am the prize.
Goddamn.
Without question. You know what I mean?
So,
and that's not because of anything material or anything like that. It's just, I don't know. I carry myself that way. You know what I mean? And I want my woman to carry herself that way. So we gonna hit the lottery together.
Damn right.
You feel me? And then
I definitely believe that men can be a prize for sure. I don't think there needs to be the prize in a relationship because that to me signifies that someone is winning and someone is settling, right? I got the prize.
But in this era, a lot of people settle.
And then people that feel that way, they'll make it seem like your partner is beholden to you or they're gonna be.
You're lucky to be here.
Right. They're gonna belittle you. They're not gonna encourage you to be your best self. You know what I mean? A real prize or a real partner in life is gonna motivate you to do better without putting you down. You know what I mean? Now it might come with some criticism, it might come with some hard conversations and things and such like that. But that's for any relationship. You're gonna build that that rapport and that trust. So I want her to be able to trust what I'm saying is not gonna lead her astray or something bad is gonna happen. But
now,
life is life. You know what I mean?
Do you feel that social media has impacted this men and say women too, but say, because some people could say that traditional women don't exist either. So do you feel that, and then also that's a whole thing of like, what is a traditional woman? Is it a woman who just stays home, cooks, cleans, and irons? Because if that's a traditional woman, I don't want that. You know, I want her how to cook, clean, and all that, but I want her to be a boss. You know what I'm saying? I want her to go get hers and be fine whether she's with me or not.
Not every woman's gonna be that.
Mm-hmm.
Not every woman.
Not every woman, but a lot of what people look at a traditional woman is, oh, she just
a housewife.
Is that what you want because that's what you want, or is that what you want because that's what the world is saying are like the premium women of the day, of the hour? You understand what I'm saying?
Who sits home?
No. Like what you said you want. You want a boss woman. You want to.
The reason why I say I want that is because a lot of men, they want, I guess, like I said, a traditional woman who like just stays at home, does nothing. And a lot of times I can cheat on her, but she just is sitting there taking whatever, doing whatever I want her to do. Nah, I want us both to make money, both to be bosses, both to be grinding. You know what I'm saying? If I'm down, she can be up holding me down, and and vice versa. You know, so I think ultimately just make sure to me that's a power couple. When y'all got it financially, mentally, physically, socially, everything, where it's not just like one's superior and one's not.
Yeah.
And like I said, like I guess.
But what if that doesn't make her happy?
I mean, then she ain't the one for me.
Okay.
But I feel like when you were saying about a traditional man, as far as like, you know, people say, you know, who goes out and fix things and changes the tire, I think that's what's lacking in this generation. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of guys who don't know how to change a tire, who don't pay all the bills, and not necessarily want to be the prize, but they just want to be chased. Now, to me, that's a little suspect.
A little zesty.
Yeah, because if you want to be chased, it's like.
And chased how? What does that mean? Like she's only reaching out to me and or something like that.
Some of these niggas, man, I be seeing they want her to like basically like borderline stalk.
Oh no.
I feel like at that point it just gets to narcissism. Like I feel like only those type of men are really trying to seek that type of validation because it's not even real, right? You want somebody to love bomb you. You want somebody to tell you, oh, you're the best, you're this, you're that. Let me pour all my time and all my soul and all my everything into you. That's not real. That means that they don't have.
And those people gonna crash.
Themselves.
Yeah, them people gonna crash because if all they're gonna do is take your energy, and then once you don't have anymore, they're gonna go on to the next. They're just gonna be a succubus. You know what I mean? They're just gonna go through life, and then once people figure out like, oh, this person's this way, they're gonna crash out. So I won't even worry about those type niggas for real. But then I don't even know what that would look like. Like how would niggas even go about that? You know what I mean? Is it like a quantity over quality of woman that keeps them on that hamster wheel, you think?
I think it's honestly a power complex. Those type of men seek out specific kind of women, empathetic women. And it's all like, a lot of it is just based in our trauma that we have as children, right? Mm-hmm. Like, in the first relationship you have is with your parents, whether that's your mom, your dad, both, however your life was set up. And as much as our parents try, like, they're not perfect. So we develop like spaces in our heart and holes in our heart that we later try to fill when we go into adult mature relationships. So I feel like men with that narcissistic tendency, it's often because, you know, it could be because of several things, but I won't even get into all that, but they look for certain weaknesses in women who may have issues loving themselves, that find validation through the people that they're with, be that men or friendships or whatever.
That's predatory.
Absolutely.
In style of
absolutely
approaching women.
And then a part of it is that a lot of them don't even realize that they're being that way.
That they're doing it. Huh?
It's just how they think shit is supposed to go.
Right.
And that's often impacted and validated by their friends.
Mm-hmm.
Their friend, they hang with other niggas who's like that too. So that's just how the crew
the
roll.
Birds of a feather.
Or maybe their dad rolled like that. He had a whole bunch of bitches.
Do you think social media has impacted men and women from being traditional men and women?
Absolutely.
I feel like it. Okay.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say I feel like it's impacted
everything.
Like the way people act. Like I said, I want her to be her. Don't get influenced. Not that it's not going to have an influence. I'm not telling you to live under a rock. I want you to be aware of what's going on around you. But don't take what you see on this phone with a grain of sand. Mm-hmm. Now, if it can add to you, if you can implement it, you change your diet, things and such like that. You get on a Pinterest. They got they got great recipes on there.
I feel like social media has impacted every aspect of life, which is why traditional is impossible at this point, because everything is available on social media. You can now have access to so much information, how other people are living their lives, things that you maybe never even thought were possible. And let's be clear, take it with a grain of salt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people are only putting out the highlights and the good parts of the journey. So it's not real or as real as people would like to interpret it as.
Right.
But
you don't see the missed shots, you only see the make ones.
That's very true. But it has absolutely affected people in multiple ways. One being that your feed is now curated to
what
your brain and
what
you're looking at. Yeah. But people don't, if you don't understand what the algorithm is, you don't understand that this isn't just what's popular in the world, right? It's based on your brain, and the algorithm feeds to you what you like. Mm-hmm. So, that's how people get stuck in like conspiracy holes, right? Because they watch one video, they like it, they send it to 10 friends, now 5 more are going to pop up. And if you keep watching them all, you're going to say, oh my God, the world is so corrupt, it's so crazy.
Right.
Which, of course, the world is corrupt.
Right.
But if you're pouring that into your brain every day,
right,
it's amplifying it. So I feel like with that, it's the content that people consume as well,
right,
that make us have that make a lot of people change their values or question their values or question like, should I be doing this? I could be doing that. Right. Why should I settle for somebody who's making me pay bills?
Right.
If there's men that are taking women on vacation
right.
for nothing,
right,
or
right.
for a man,
but
same difference.
I was gonna say, just to piggyback on what you were saying about the algorithm, is so like you said for the conspiracy theories. I'm sure there's women on there that look at straight nothing but, or men, look at nothing but relationship advice. And then you can be paralyzed by you can have an overload of advice or information, and then you just don't move. And then you're out here trying to get back to where you were as yourself, as an entity, and then you might be a little broken after that. You know what I mean?
And I think social media, like you said, social media has impacted his life. But I think when it comes to relationships, I think instead of trying, say people who did grow up on seeing their dad, granddad, mom, grandma be a traditional man or woman, they may grow up trying and wanting to be like that. But then, so they'll see on social media, oh, he's doing this for her. Mm-hmm. She's doing that for him. Mm-hmm. But in reality, like you said, it's just a highlight. You don't know really what's going on. They can tell you what they want to tell you. Mm-hmm. So people are confused and just lost and are so invested into what they see. And, oh, that's relationship goals, couple goals, and they ain't even motherfucking happy. Mm-hmm. That's not even really what's going on. Shit, I done seen motherfuckers on social media like, oh, shit, they got money, they this, they that. I'm pulling up to Wendy's, and they handed me my food, and I found out they living in the basement, and that motherfucker be whooping her ass every night. You know what? That ain't relationship goals.
You know what I was just thinking about is when you were talking about our grandparents and fathers and things like that, things that came before the social media. They would nothing's new under the sun. So whatever we're doing now, they were doing then. Mm-hmm. But at least back then, they had enough respect for their wife or their husband or however which way it went, to not put it in their face. You know what I mean? Now I feel like it's just blatant disregard for another person's feelings. You know what I mean? Or their health. You know what I'm saying?
I agree to.
And now everyone's on the defense and trying to hurt before they get hurt. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be
the sucker.
Or
the simp.
Yes and no, but I think also like that plays into social media because a lot of times
that's what I'm saying.
A lot of shit would happen. You just didn't know because there wasn't social media to post about it. Like all the drama that's going on with the people with their baby moms or baby dads.
I could catch you cheating on camera. I could find you. I could see you in a bar. And I know you go with my friend, and I see you with another bitch. I can take a picture. She know you cheated. It's over.
But see, but things back in the day,
there wasn't none of that.
It happened.
They could tell on you.
No, it happened.
But they're like, nah, I don't believe that.
I don't believe
yeah, that's
right.
my man. I know my man. He would never.
It.
True, and when people say, "Oh, well, men like back then weren't like this," a lot of them niggas was. It just you couldn't prove it or see it. Like for example, like Freaknik, when people were showing like all of the highlights recently, I'm like, damn, that shit was going on, and people today say, "Oh, these people was wild." It wasn't like that back then. A lot of people were back then. You just didn't have cameras. You ain't had social media. Everything wasn't broadcasted. So a lot of these men and women worked shit. Mm-hmm. You just didn't see about it. It was word of mouth. Right. So like maybe they were, maybe they were, maybe they weren't.
And you don't get stuck in a time period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They go to your nana went to Freaknik. It was a weekend.
There was maybe a VHS camera.
Come on.
And you know them tapes probably done got wet in the mood.
Right.
So it's
right.
Like, ain't nobody gonna see
ain't no one gonna see it. And then she can come back home.
You suck your dick in the club, bitch. Everybody's gonna see it a million
forever.
So it's just different. It's so different.
And you can come back home and be yourself. Be
right.
whoever you were before you left. Things like that. So now people get a perception of you, and now you think you gotta continue that or perpetuate that all the time.
That's why ultimately I feel like traditional men and women were around back then and still are now. It's just that everybody, they compare themselves because of social media.
All the traditionals are on Christian Mingle.
I can say all right. There's a lot of her and Curtis. They're a traditional couple.
What does that mean?
I don't know, you just seem like one.
This nigga just throwing out labels.
I don't know. I don't know what traditional means, but I don't. Like, we're not.
Like,
I don't think. As far as what I would think of traditional standards, like, I don't know.
To me, I don't know. I'm kind of like,
because she's shaking and grooving. That's a new millennial thing.
Because like some people feel like nowadays a lot of people have what's it called when I forget the word, but the term where like a guy will have his wife and he'll have another woman they mess with too. What's
polyamory.
Yeah, like that shit went on back then too. Like, that's just this era, or that's not traditional. A lot of that shit went on. It wasn't highlighted because you, like I said, you ain't have social media and people wasn't all up in everybody's business like they are now.
And also, you have to think about it this way too. Why tradition is just really not even it doesn't even make sense for these days because so many things have changed. If we're going back to tradition, how far are we going back to back when black people couldn't vote?
Right.
But
America doesn't even have tradition, to be honest with you.
When women couldn't have their own bank account, right? Yeah, man, if your man's cheating on you, but you can't literally get a house, get a car, get a job half the time. You can't do nothing because you have to have a man sign on your paperwork.
Right.
You won't let him do what he need to do because, bitch, you need to survive, right? And it's very different now. Whereas, like, women have jobs. Women are just statistically higher educated than men.
Yeah.
So it's like
women rule the world. Shit.
I mean, hey, he said it, not me.
It's not a fact.
To me,
straight facts.
But it's just the world has changed so much. You can now be openly gay and not have to worry about getting. Well, that's not true. There's still hate crime, but we're just in a place where it's much less of a taboo and people are able to be a lot more open and be themselves. So it's like tradition is out the window.
It is, like you said, going to the gays. Like I remember there was a time where, like, shit, if you was gay, like you might have to change schools, or you wouldn't have friends. And now it's like, I'm happy that that's they can be more comfortable and be who they are because we even have pride parades and people gotta be ashamed of who they are. And now seeing like say a gay couple walk down the street, that's nothing. So and that wasn't traditional, and that's the reason why gays were a lot of times afraid to come out, especially gay men. But I think being traditional, now it should be out the window because like if it wasn't, if it was all about being traditional, then we wouldn't have gays.
We wouldn't have any progress.
Yeah, so like it's all about progression, and I think in some situations, in some like areas, tradition is great, but it's not the end all be all, if you ask me. And I hate when I don't even say I hate, but when you see on social media and you always see the debates about, oh, going 50-50 with your man is crazy. Every situation is different. And they're looking back to tradition where, oh, my granddad or my dad, he paid all the bills. Okay, that's great. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, every situation is different. What if you don't got it like that? What if this woman's like, hey, we gonna do it like this? I know some women, they're like, no, let's go 50-50. Gabrielle and Dwayne Wade said they go 50-50.
I would rather pay like the mortgage of life to woo woo. But I'm not going grocery shopping. That shit's out the window. You could do that. You do school clothes, you know what I mean? Whatever. That's you. Like, now that's 50-50 to me. You know what I mean? Like, that's my version of 50-50.
I always said 80-20.
80-20.
I pay all the bills, she do the food, and she do the food. Of course, the cooking as well.
Right.
So that's what I think, 80-20. Because I pay my own bills now. I'm single. If I got a girl...
Okay, flex on him one time. Flex on him one time, big dog. Let him know. Let him know. Dre out here on his dolo, baby, on his bully. Let's go.
Okay, black. So say somebody moved in with me.
Nah. Oh.
I'm not gonna be like, hey, you gotta pay the light bill and the gas, and the Netflix and no, you just pay the food, and we good. And she probably pay the food, maybe the Netflix.
Maybe
Netflix and Netflix, dish liquid, and be good. How about you? Cause you look like nah, nigga, you paying 100%. I ain't doing none of that shit. I'm Gabrielle, motherfucker.
We've done it a couple different ways. Whereas
Kurt looked like a man to pay all the bills.
Kurt has, for many years, paid all the bills, and I have done like the house whole responsibilities. Mm-hmm. We've also, as more recently, like I'm getting a second job because I just want to like have some extra money paid on my credit cards and stuff. So that has to transition a little bit. I don't have as much time to do everything around the house, but I will have a little bit more income, so I can kind of donate more to the bills fund, and he can step up a little bit and do a little bit more around the house. So we've done it both ways. I think it's situational. I think it's where you are in the moment. When I got laid off, he paid all the bills for a while. Mm-hmm. So like, it's just about having each other's back.
I feel like it's reaching a goal.
For sure.
Like having a goal. Like what makes it?
You gotta be going towards something.
Something, you know what I mean? Like that's what it is.
Like oftentimes I'll just pay like he'll pay the rent. Mm-hmm. I'll pay all the small bills because they're just linked to my bank account. So when I get paid, I'll just pay the internet, I'll pay the cable, I'll pay the light bill, blah 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 blah. And then if we're going on vacation or something,
that's exactly what I was about to say.
He'll pay for us to go on vacation.
Yeah, because you like the trip. So if I'm gonna do all this with you over here, you better flew me out somewhere.
So speaking of traditional men and women, do you feel like the tradition of a man proposing should stay traditional?
Yes.
I will absolutely never get on one knee and offer my man a ring. I'm sorry. I love you, but there's a couple traditions that I'm not trying to change. That one, who kills the bugs and who takes out the trash.
Okay.
Everything else we could talk about.
It's negotiable.
But them three, we got to keep them right where they at.
Do you think men should still open the door for women?
If I try to open my own door, Curtis will look at me like, "What are you doing?"
Right.
So
real one.
I like it. There are things about traditional feminism and masculine, that I like. Like I do like that. Open the door for me. Yep.
Okay, what about, because some women will say, and this is the thing, it fucked me up. It fucked me up. Women will say, you know, I'm not approaching no nigga or no man. He better come and say something to me. But here's my thing is, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a seductive ass nigga. But here's my thing is, that's real shit. That's real shit. Here's my thing is,
straight facts.
Here's my thing is like, my Instagram followers, they know. So I should change my name to Seductive Ass Drake.
You should.
But here's my thing though. I'm only attacking as I get a signal first. And I'm not talking about sliding DMs. I'm talking about in person. If I don't feel that I'm going to be able to get her or she wants me, I'm not going to pursue. So I think women need to stop. Motherfuckers, stop looking at me like that. I think women need to stop being like.
It's the pain on your face.
I'm just listening to him. Go ahead.
You know for a fact, because really more than one time, you see, I wasn't trying to swerve.
I know.
So,
that's my point. That's what I'm looking at you like, bro. What are you doing?
So
okay.
So I was not in the mood that night.
Oh,
But here's my thing though: is this? Y'all need to. You better go get what you want, girl. Because sometimes niggas ain't gonna come to you if they don't. If a nigga, a lot of times niggas be shy nowadays.
Ugh.
If they not, and I'm not. But if they don't know that you want them, shit, then this you's gonna be motherfucking.
Yeah.
And he gonna be back on Facebook like niggas ain't shit. Well, you ain't shit neither. Not all women, but a woman who's gonna. I don't know. What you think about that?
I think that women, I feel like you should go for what you want. I cannot say that I'm really that type of girl. I'm not about to be like, "What's up? You're fine." Like, da, da, da. Like, no, I'm not doing that.
So, question. Say you and Kurt weren't together, right? But you seen him in the bar or at a picnic, and you wanted to pursue, and he wasn't pursuing you. Would you go over to like? You don't gotta say you fine, but would you go spark a conversation?
Yeah, I'll definitely spark a conversation. Am I about to like tell you like this is what I'm trying to do? I'm not that forward.
Right.
I think that for women who are like, that's what's up. I wish I was that kind of woman,
what would you
but
do
I'm just not.
to let him know that you're interested, though?
So I can just tell you what I did, and I actually did it. So I just kind of like started hanging around him more, just asking him like, you know, if he wanted to hang out, just, you know, chill, like we can go.
And hope he caught
like
on.
we could smoke, like what you want to do. Like I did it like real, you know how girls be complaining like, oh, I niggas want to do smoke. That was me. I was like, you want to come smoke? Like just seeing everyone to, you know, spend time with me. And he caught on early, but we had like a little when we were in high school, just like
y'all about to prom together, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so y'all.
So we didn't date, but we wanted to date, and like so he just kind of was like, okay, I see what she's doing, but he made me work a little bit. He made me work a little bit. I'm not gonna hold you did.
He wrong would, as he should.
Because men can definitely be the prize. Like, so I feel that he worked very hard for me many years before that, so he deserved that. He deserved to feel, you know what I mean?
The reciprocation.
The reciprocation. So he made me work hard for a little bit, and then eventually he was like, yeah, all right.
See, I think as women are kind of like, it can be challenging because if you're out and about and you're too forward, most dudes look like, oh, she a hoe, or like, I don't know why she got pressed. And if you're not giving too much of a signal, it's like, damn, do she really want me? So it's kind of difficult. I would say, I don't even know, like if some girl told me she got this look she does. I'm like, you have to do a little more than some look, because I'll get real fucking confused. You're gonna have to at least smile or some shit and keep smiling. And I'm like, oh shit, she was smiling at me for the last 5 minutes.
God, dog, that's how long it takes you to get God, yeah, 5 minutes. Smiling, looking crazy. Say hello, nigga.
No,
see, that's all you gotta do,
you
bro.
ain't
Y'all catch eyes with someone.
No,
and if we start talking, we start talking. And if it don't go nowhere, it don't go nowhere.
I'm glad you said that because people would.
Are people weird like that?
I'm gonna tell you one. Not with me, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. I see with a lot of people. I'm gonna tell you one thing. A lot of women, they be some real good actresses.
Oh,
because they can be smiling. Oh shit, she want me. She just being fucking nice. You might try to pursue. Oh no, I thought you looked familiar. I was just smiling. So you gotta be real careful with that shit. But you never know. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta be real careful with that.
Me?
Shit. I have perfected this thing.
I can't tell.
Shit, I've had it all.
Yeah,
The smile, the head nod, you know what I mean? But here's what you do. Gang. You know what I'm saying? All you do, if you catch that eye, boom, you say hello, how you doing? Nah, just leave it at that.
Tom,
Walk away.
Tom,
you know what I mean? Walk away
Tom,
and then come back.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but I am a seductive ass nigga. But I'm not attacking unless I get a signal first. So I'm an old school kind of nigga, old school seductive nigga. I will pursue first, but I gotta get that signal first. But I want to ask y'all, I want to transition to this real quick. This is an interesting, the other segment topic type thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Why is the talking stage so difficult? Because everybody on social media like, oh, I see women, I can't do another talking stage. I can't do this. It's too much. I'm going to pass it to you. Pastor Davis. Why do you think?
The talking stage is hard because people aren't honest, first of all. And people aren't real. People are guarded. It's just so many reasons. So like you said, if a woman comes on too strong, it's this. If she don't do enough, it's this, right? So like as a woman, I've been in interesting situations where like, you know, most times people, in my experience, like men will say a lot of things, but they
Gash you.
They don't want you to ask too many questions. They don't want too much pressure. They want to take it at their speed. I'm the type of person who I'm gonna ask you, what is we doing? What? And I'm gonna ask you, what are we? But not because I want to go with you. And that's the problem that men have.
Good question. When you ask, when you say when
That's
are
fair.
we? When are you asking that? Like the first
Are
time
we talking?
You know what I'm saying? But when are you asking that? Like as soon as you get their number, the first
No. We talking for 2 or 3 weeks. You texting me every day. Good morning, good night. What you want to do this weekend?
Have y'all went on a date? Have y'all went on a date yet?
Let's say we've gone on a date or whatever. You know what I mean? If you're just trying, you know, we could have even not had sex probably, but just been intimate, kissed and shit like that. I'm gonna definitely ask you, not because I want to go with you necessarily, but because I want clarity. This other nigga's trying to take me on a date. Are we in a situation where it's me and you?
Well, I'm glad you said that.
Is it me and you, or am I able to feel, or are we in a place where we're dating other people? Because either way is fine, but I need to know your intentions so that I can move the right way. I'm not no shady ass bitch. I'm not about to talk to one guy and then secretly talk to 5 others. If I talk to 5 people, you could know that.
Well, you tell them that.
For sure.
So you'll say, yeah, nigga, so.
I'm not about to run you names.
No, you don't say names, but you can say, like, yo.
I'm dating.
You ain't the only nigga.
I'm dating.
So when you, because women crack me up with that shit.
Or I'm not dating. I'm just dating you. Are you just dating me, or are you dating?
She gave you the courtesy to ask.
Yeah.
I want to know.
So everybody has different definitions of certain words. So when you say you're dating, that means you're talking to
we going on.
Niggas.
So if I'm dating people. I'm going on different dates. I might have a date with somebody on Friday. I might have a date with somebody else next
I got a
Friday.
question for that too, because not what people, I don't want to say women, people ain't shit. So when you're not dating now, but like, how can I ask this question? So when somebody, how can I ask this? I guess it's different for each person, but without getting too much into your personal business, but do you think when you're dating, you could be intimate with all those different multiple people that you're dating, or you're just going on dates specifically going on dates?
Personally, no, because for me, it's already a lot to do that with one person.
Yeah, that's too
so I'm not trying to be intimate with multiple people. Like if I'm just like fielding the situations around them. I'm dating to figure out who I want to spend more intimate time with, if anybody. Because it could be none of you motherfuckers.
That's why I don't like motherfucking dating. Because it's like, I'm a stingy motherfucker. Right. Now, granted, I'm probably a little like, hypocritical because like, I will talk to 3 or 4 people, but I'll
spend they all gotta just talk to you.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's craziness.
So I'm like, and there's been times where I'll be talking to 3 or 4, and she'll tell me, Well, I'm talking 3 or 4 too. What the fuck? Okay, we're done. I'm not doing this shit. No, we done. We're
You
done.
can be stingy, but you need to first prove yourself as a person who wants to be
But I'm not
stingy.
trying to fight for your fucking love.
But she gotta fight for yours.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely not. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why the talking stage is so hard. This is why, because it's just like there's gender roles. As much as we're not traditional people still like to put those traditional gender roles on stuff. And whereas the women are supposed to be, holding your one man down, but men can sow their wild oats. It's fucking crazy. As well as I just feel like people are not vulnerable and people are not honest. Something that I live by is never tell a man the type of man that you want.
Oh,
Why not?
Yeah.
Because then he's just going to pretend to be that.
Yeah.
He's going to pretend to be that.
But okay, say you say, I like a nigga who will fuck shit up. Put him in a situation where he about to fuck shit up. You'll see the bitch come out of him if he really ain't out there.
Yeah, but if I tell you that I like to, read books in my spare time,
and you'll see, and the nigga's dumb. You'll see he can't read.
And then I tell you that I like to, go feed the birds on the weekends and shit. Now you with me feeding birds and reading books, and I'm like, this is love.
But if you really don't like that, it's gonna come out soon.
Eventually, but niggas can fake the funk for a long time.
Shit, not me, because if I don't fucking like feeding birds, I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
But even not even that specific.
Sometimes you gotta do things that your partner likes that you don't.
I like a guy who is, nice and communicates and something else. You can pretend to be those things until you get what you want, and then shut all that shit down once you have gotten secure in the spot that you
thank God
that you feel.
That's over. I gotta.
Exactly.
Yeah, now I can be me.
Never tell a man the type of man that you want. Let him show you the type of man that he is. That way, if he's not for you, he's not for you. But don't ask me what I like. You can ask me what I like as far as what do I like to do, because you want to spend time with me. So as far as characteristics, I need to just see who you are.
Y'all get done doing the D. He's talking about ashtray.
You feel me? I'm not gonna give you no hints. I need to see you for who you are.
See, I'm not that patient. I can't fake the funk that long.
That's good.
I can't do that because if she's like, yeah, I like to read books. I mean, I get in school, not no more, but if she's reading Harry Potter, and I told her I like Harry Potter too, and she really bring the book out, I'm like, oh, I don't like that. I'm just playing. I'm like, I really don't like that shit. So I'm not going to be able to sit there, can you read the next page? I'm not doing this shit.
Yeah.
So I can't fake the funk. But I do have this motherfucking question. What was it? Oh yeah, so I asked a friend one day, a female friend, I said, yeah, everybody always talks about how the talking stage is so difficult, so challenging, and people don't want to go through multiple talking stages because they'll find themselves out. I'm like, damn, I wasted my time. Well, I feel like, you can't say you wasted your time because he got to know you. Now he don't like you. He found out who you were and said, this ain't for me. It can be the same thing for a woman. But she told me, she said, the talking stage is the best time. Because y'all having fun, everything's all good. Do you agree with that? Because it depends on what kind of talking stage you in.
I feel like what stage of your life are you in? If you're in your 20s, the talking stage is a fucking blast. You just going out and meeting new people and making connections and maybe making a friend or maybe not ever talking to that person again, but there's no pressure on it. Right. You know what I mean? But also age doesn't matter because we can date however we want at whatever age. But just typically, your 20s, a lot of people just date around and stuff like that. Versus if you're getting older or you're going into a stage where you want to have children or something like that, you might be over the talking stage and you are just kind of ready to get into that serious space. I feel like dating apps have also made things very hard. You can literally shop for coochie.
You know about dating
and shop for dick. And so it's just it makes real relationships with social media on top of dating.
Have you been on a dating app?
I have not. No.
We had an episode about dating. That's our first episode, and I told John back then I don't do the motherfucking dating apps. And see, that's what I think is wrong too with traditional men and women, where a lot of people are on dating apps, and Facebook and Instagram.
I was about to say social media is damn near dating app.
A little bit, not really, but whatever. But I feel like, for me, the reason why I'm against dating apps is simply because I like things being traditional and natural, where it's like not necessarily the bar, but it could be a picnic, it could be a get together, it could be church, where it's like you naturally meet somebody, see them for who they are. Where on social or on a dating app, it's like it's
being sold to you.
Yeah, it's so contrived, and it's like it's almost like it's forced. Niggas don't know how to talk to women nowadays, because all they do is slide in DMs. Then you get on the, and
oh my god!
I've heard so many women say, "I gave my number, we on the phone. This nigga boring as hell." But
The tough question is like, so what are we? And I
just be honest.
I hate that. Oh my god.
It's such a harmless question.
It's
now,
not.
Granted,
It's
there
not.
are some people, not even just women, there are some people who are using that as emotional, like a weapon. Like,
right.
What are we? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Trying to corner you. But that
trying
alone
to force you in.
That alone lets you know we're not in the same place. So
Yeah.
even though it is pressure, it's still putting clarity on what you need to know.
Right.
Because there are women, but that's the thing too, that a lot of men assume it's because she's trying to lock it down.
Right.
That's not always it. Like, truthfully, sometimes we just want to know, like,
am I wasting my time?
am I wasting my time?
Yeah.
Like, are you
What are you trying to do?
is your
What are your
mindset
intentions?
for a girlfriend at all in the next year? Like,
Right.
what are you doing? Are you
Right.
is you about to move to Tennessee? Like, you just gotta ask sometimes, like, what?
Hey,
you
don't
know,
be reading me. That's what I'm saying.
you just gotta, like, it's honesty is the best policy.
well, women will say that.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be honest. If you just want to fuck,
And-
but then nigga tell you I just want to fuck.
And if she
Now
don't
it's a
just-
problem.
No, it's not a problem. But maybe she don't just want to fuck.
Now she's like, girl, all this nigga want to do is fuck. He done took me to the Arby's and he just want to fuck.
Into the
That's why I took you to Arby's.
Arby's.
That's why I took you to Arby's.
Y'all fucking for beef and cheddar? What's going on?
That's why he took you to Arby's.
Fucking for a Moss stick with the extra marinade.
A lot of people do that shit.
Fire.
They do that.
Fucking. That's crazy. Cause we got I don't know, Eddie Merlot or something.
Eddie
Damn, you feel me?
Eddie V's.
Fucking Arby's.
Well, that-
We have the fucking meat.
She's hit the commercial.
Yeah.
You must have been there a few times.
I love Arby's, but not for the meats.
Yeah.
Like,
And then you get in the roast beef sandwich.
come on,
Come
like,
on, bruh.
trying to get some roast beef to get in your roast beef. That's nasty.
Goddamn.
That's
She said
nasty.
double entendres and
That's nasty.
so I guess honesty is the key. That's one. With anything in life, honesty is the key. I think from the door, what will make the talking stage better is just be up front. Like, you don't gotta stay on that first date. But I would say after you exchange numbers, you can just tell like, look, this is what I'm looking for. You know, and then she can decide whether she want to keep talking to you or not. Even if you just want to fuck, she can decide. Because some women do just want to fuck. So I think just up front, let it be known. And a woman, if you just want to fuck, don't say, oh, I want to be in a relationship. If you want to fuck somebody, you ain't got to fuck to. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you might get what you want.
Yeah, girl, you'll probably get what you want.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like on the first date, it's just, do we even get along?
Right.
Then the second date is okay, we get along. So like, are we compatible as people? Our lifestyles, like, let's talk a little bit
That's
more
why the
about.
talking stage is so fucking difficult.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And you might be talking to somebody thinking, y'all on the verge of getting a relationship. You see them in goddamn arts with somebody else all hung up. You like, no, this bitch ain't.
Who hugs up in the
A
club?
lot of motherfuckers.
Who goes out and hugs up with
A
people?
lot of
It's
motherfuckers.
too high.
I see a lot of people doing that.
For real, like I'm not. You going out? You're taking.
I'm not doing that, but I see people do it. I'm not hugging with, well,
No.
I mean, not a random chick, but I've seen people do that. And you know,
Take the girl out and go PDA. Go do PDA.
You know how many niggas get cut every day in Pittsburgh doing that? And niggas be dumb. Pittsburgh's too small. And niggas get cut every day, B. Every day.
They do.
Every day. And you be like, this nigga is dumb. I would never.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she's a sneaky link for a reason. You're supposed to be sneaky, motherfucker. Not taking her to Bible study.
Why is she? See, we're
Like,
we're not sneaking on the talking stages though. That's what I'm saying.
I'm saying, say you think you're on the verge of being, people get mad that you're on the verge of thinking you about to go be in a relationship, and then the girl sees you out with another chick hugged up. That could be the movies. That girl gonna feel some kind of way, even though you're just talking. She gonna be like, damn.
But
See?
Blocked.
See? Blocked.
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 Hey.
But why do women do that? Why do y'all like, somebody blocked me? I didn't think it was that real.
What the fuck did you do?
I ain't do shit.
You done something.
Okay, I did. So, I don't want to talk about it. But, look,
Sounds like it was a blockable offense.
no. We talked about the goddamn,
Talking stage.
the talking stage, all that, and the talking stage is beautiful and it's crazy.
Shoot your shot, lady.
It's both. It's toxic and it's good. But it's the straight facts. Thanks, Gabby, for coming on.
Appreciate you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe, and we out.
Peace.